Hi, I'm Charlie, and today on Munching Around Milwaukee, my guest is Erik Kennedy. Erik?
Hi.
How you doing? Good to see you.
I'm honored to be here, so thank you for thinking of me.
Yeah, we'll see about after the show. So Erik is one of the co-founders of Elevasian. Elevasian is a organization that started in 2017-ish.
Yeah, 2015, 2016,
Okay.
depends on who you ask. 2017.
All right, we'll say 2015, make it 10 years. And Elevasian is a organization that helps to elevate, give voice to Asian American Pacific Islanders here in Milwaukee. It's a great organization, and they sponsor Dumpling Fest.
Let's go.
We'll talk about Dumpling Fest in just a little bit, and also Erik has been given many awards here for his community work. The Milwaukee Business Journal 40 Under 40.
Yep.
The Biz Times Future Leadership Award. And I know you most recently got an award from the United Way, Greater Milwaukee, for your philanthropic and community service. So thank you for your... But that's not why he's here today. Because this is Munching Around Milwaukee, and this is about food. So Erik is a big-time foodie. He is all over town at various functions. He has his own thing that he does, so we'll talk about breaking bread. And then, of course, the events that Elevasian is involved with. But first, we got to talk about our sponsor. See, Erik is not a chef, so usually when the chef comes, chef brings food. So he didn't bring food, but our good buddy, Austin Vetter, Chef Austin Vetter from Fresh Chef MK, and we'll have this up on the screen for you, provides the food. So today, we have unbelievable stuff today. We have 4 meals. So the first one that we have, this is a barbecue mac and cheese with a little broccoli. All right. And, that's the lobster and shrimp salmon.
This looks amazing.
Yeah. Oh, smell you.
Yeah.
All right. And so this is a chicken mushroom bruschetta. Bruschetta, Tom, not bruschetta. Bruschetta. All right. And this is, I'm not from Wisconsin, but this is a Wisconsin poutine. And instead of French fries, they have sweet potato with cheese curds and stuff. So
that's awesome.
Erik, why don't you go ahead and start your thing, and then pass it over to Tom, and then Tom can come to me. So
awesome. Thanks, Austin.
Yes, thank you, Austin. We appreciate it very much. He will hopefully be here at one point. And just, I wanted to give you, we have a little present for you coming. This is our tote bag.
Oh,
so when you're
awesome.
when you're leaving here with all the leftovers, you can bring it home in your your tote bag. So let me put this over here.
The big question is, how long will I freeze these?
Probably not the 7 years that of the chicken that you ate that
exactly.
your mother yelled at you for.
Exactly.
Thank you, Tom. So Erik, you're from Akron. You moved here from Akron.
Yep.
Are you from Akron?
Yep, I'm from Akron.
Okay.
So I was born in Korea, but I was adopted when I was 11 months.
Okay.
My parents are born and bred from Milwaukee.
Oh, really?
So they went to Hamilton High School, which is an MTS school, and then they are also Madison alum.
Nice.
So before my brother and my sisters were born, and before I was adopted, they moved to Akron, Ohio, because my dad was a mechanical engineer, and so if you're familiar with it, if you're familiar with Akron, they're known as the Rubber City. So my dad worked for Bridgestone Firestone. But the great thing about my upbringing is that I grew up as a Packers and the Badgers fan, and then I fell in love with the Cleveland Cavs, the Cleveland Guardians, or the Indians, Cleveland Browns. So I got the best of both sports world, the good and the bad, and disappointment and success. So, and then I moved here in 2008 because of AmeriCorps, and then I've been here ever since. So.
All right. So, that was Akron's LeBron's hometown.
Yep.
So, good time to be a Cavaliers fan back then.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk tell us a little bit about your early career.
Yeah.
We don't want to get too much serious stuff in here because we do have good food here. Tom, don't hog all the lobster, shrimp, salmon, please. Make sure it comes around. Thank you. So tell us a little bit about your early career.
So I came here because if you recall, 2007 through 2010-ish, that's when the job recession was.
Right.
So I was freshly graduated from Boise State University. I still talk about how I picked the wrong major, but hindsight's 2020.
What was your major?
Sports management. So I wanted to work in a nonprofit.
What's wrong with that?
I think that I pigeonholed myself. So I always tell people that if you want to work in the sports world, major in communications, marketing, business, don't just do sports management, I guess. But people can debate that topic. But I wanted to work in a nonprofit setting because at the time I thought the only way to make a difference was really working in a nonprofit or parks and recreation. And so I couldn't find a job because of my job recession. So I found an opportunity for through AmeriCorps, through the YMCA in Metropolitan Milwaukee at Camp Nicani. So I know that's been such a historic and memorable camp for the YMCA and for the community. And so I wouldn't be where I am without that opportunity. So they took a chance on me, and then I led team building activities, environmental education activities, and then also hosted groups, and then did some marketing stuff for them. So,
all right. So we'll fast forward to Elevation. And so Elevation, you're one of the co-founders, Sherry Tran. Jessica Bowling, right? Sherry's a good friend. Jessica Bowling, and the fourth is
Manja Tao, who lives in Minnesota. She leads one of the, or if not the largest Hmong nonprofit in the state of Minnesota. So that's kudos to her for everything that she's doing.
So she was here and moved to Minnesota. Okay.
So she's still active. We still keep her abreast of all the things that we're doing, and so sometimes we'll go out there, or she'll come down, and we'll still catch up, and it's pretty amazing to see that.
So I know Elevation is Dumpling Fest. So and Asian Restaurant Week.
Yes.
And there's various events. It's Asian Heritage Month. And let's segment out the Lubar Center, Derek Mosley does, because that's totally different. But that's Elevation is involved in those.
So we with Asian Restaurant Week, it takes place during the AAPI Heritage Month. For those that may not know, it's during the month of May. And so what we love doing is really highlighting and elevating the visibility of so many amazing Greater Milwaukee AAPI restaurants throughout the area.
And there's a ton of them.
Yeah, there are a ton of them. So some of my favorites are Momo Mi, Isan, Venetia Noodle Shop in Silver City. Fusion Cafe, which is in the West Dallas, Greenfield area. Fortune. So there's so many different spots. Cafe India, Saffron, and the list goes on and on. So I think that it's a great opportunity to elevate the visibility. But then also we really correlate and collaborate with Judge Derek Mosley from Marquette University, who oversees the Lubar Center during AAPI Heritage Month, and then also other specific Heritage Months, and also LGBT Pride Month. He hosts these dinners that bring the community together, which is a great way to break bread, but also elevate the visibility and create some history. And also learn about the history and embrace it as well, and the culture.
Right. So these American Heritage Dinners, they do quarterly, and the AAPI is one of the heritages that are talked about. And there's always a cultural entertainment portion at the beginning before they let us eat. And then
it's almost like church.
Right. Yes. But it's always entertaining. It's always interesting because it's bringing something to the masses here that they're not familiar with. But the food, how are the vendors chosen? Because there's 5 or 6.
So Sherry does an amazing job working in collaboration with Judge Mosley and his team, and also Jessica and I will pitch in as well. And so they kind of think of what restaurants haven't been utilized in the past. What restaurants can we help elevate the visibility? So this year we really highlighted Nine Burmese, and then we also collaborated with one of our friends, Kai, who runs this amazing initiative that really highlights refugees that are really wanting to elevate the visibility of their food, but also they're aspiring to be chefs or owners of a restaurant. So it's really cool to see how a lot of people, when it comes to AAPI, they really think of East Asians, and then sometimes people forget about the South Asians who are predominantly Indian or Sri Lanka or others. They kind of forget about that part. So we try to make sure and ensure that everyone's included from the AAPI community. So,
and it runs the gamut, as you mentioned. You have the people that are just learning to be chefs, and then Knee Burmese, which is relatively new.
And then we had Saffron this year.
I was just going to say, Saffron is one of the top Indian restaurants in the city, and we're getting ready to open up a second location. So let's talk real quickly about Dumpling Fest.
All right, I love it.
Dumpling Fest is right across the river here in the Cooperage. It's a combination of Asian restaurants and some of the best restaurants. Birch, Amalinda, Dan. Well, they serve dumplings there anyway. And then my favorite, but one of the interesting ones was Joe Perecki from the Polish Center, and they did a dessert dumpling. So there was this whole range of different tastes and textures and shapes and sizes, but the bottom line is there's a lot of good food.
That's awesome.
Like 14, 15?
14, 15 restaurants. I think that for us, it's another way for us to elevate the visibility and celebrate AAPI Heritage Month. But there's also some of our advocates and allies who really want to be a part of and really support the AAPI community. I think that getting Asian and non-Asian restaurants and chefs and owners involved is pretty amazing. Then also having some of the best chefs in the area, not only cook but also become MCs and judges. So Chef Adam Pavlik from Egg and Flour, and then you have Judge Derek Mosley. You have this year we had one of the biggest influencers in the greater Milwaukee community, Judy from MK Eats with 5 E's. And then so it's been nice to see, and Tariq Moody. So like we've had so many different judges, and so it's been amazing to see that support. We've had Representative Francesca Hong become a judge. We've had Adam Siegel from Loopy and Iris as a judge. So it's pretty amazing to see the buy-in and the support. And it's not just for the AAPI community. It's really for me. It really exemplifies what is my Milwaukee. People from all backgrounds breaking bread together and becoming a little bit more educated about the cultures and the history of the food, and also the restaurants. And then what we try to do is really advocate that they go support those restaurants going forward. So it's amazing.
That's at the Derek Mosley dinners. I can't. It's hard for me to say the whole. But at those dinners, they are very upfront about, we'd like you to go to these restaurants. Here's where they are. Here's the addresses. Please support these. And it's great. So you mentioned something kind of in passing, just as a phrase, but you host a series of dinners called Breaking Bread. So why don't you talk a little bit about that?
For me, I don't like eating alone, and so and me being a transplant, I feel like I can still call myself a transplant. After 17 years. But I think that for me, I think one of the best ways to get to know people on an organic level is really either through music, sports, or food. And I think that for me, Munching around is a perfect thing. We're breaking bread right now with Tom and you. And so I think that for me, it's really, my idea was, especially I did it before COVID when I drank, where I would organize happy hours or wings and burgers nights with guys, just to get to know people, because you vibe with someone and then you're like, oh, this person's a good person, so like I want to get to know them. So it took me a while to find a group of people that really embraced that idea. And then during COVID, and as restaurants started opening up, I realized that I wanted to support a lot of my friends. And so what the opportunity was, I don't really love big networking events. I see the need for them. There's been a lot of times that I've gotten to know a lot of great people, but I also think that you need that intimate connections. And when you go to a networking event, you're probably only going to connect with maybe 1 or 2, maybe 4 people, but then you're also going to be surrounded by the people that you know, right? And so one of the ways for me is to really get people outside of their social comfort zone, not only when it comes to their friend group, but also the neighborhoods of greater Milwaukee, specifically the city of Milwaukee. It was really to support those types of restaurants and bring people together, intentionally bring people together, in an organic way. Some people are like, why is this person coming? But like once they get to know that person, it allows them to like, oh, this is why Erik brought us together. And it's really, for me, I want them to organically come to that realization. And for me, it's another opportunity to break down the stereotypes of one another. Or we see each other at events and say, let's catch up. And you're like, oh. And then a couple of weeks go by or months go by. And so then you just lose that hype or that energy. And so like for me, I'm that person that if you say it, I'm going to like find you. So people have embraced it.
You get on the to-do list and you don't come off.
And I love organizing it, even though a lot of people, I do look stressed at times, but like it's amazing to see and sit back. Like tonight I'm hosting one at Aria. And so like, and you and
St. Kate.
Yeah, yep, that's St. Kate. You and Ellen still have to come to one, so like I would love to have you guys, but it's really an opportunity to bring people together. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
And so it's really an opportunity to support restaurants, but also step outside your social comfort zone, and then also either build upon or meet new leaders or learn about one another. You don't all have to be best friends. But the beautiful thing about these dinners or these meals that I've done is that people have started doing business together. Families have gotten to know one another. It's become a support group. We've helped elevate the visibility of others. We've gotten people nominated for 40 Under 40, Women of Influence, and other community awards. We've helped people get appointed. We've helped people a little bit get elected. So it's a pretty cool thing of like, it's become a community and it's become another support group, which is pretty amazing. So,
well, I think that one of the points that you make is very true. It's much easier to get in depth with people if it's a smaller group as opposed to a larger group.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty much, you just, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, I saw so and so, and then it's not as satisfying as being able to sit at a smaller group. So kudos to you for doing that. And it's just it's a great thing because it does so many things for the city. So
thank you.
So I know we talked about this a little bit earlier, but do you cook?
So the funny thing is that I do cook, but I don't cook. I haven't cooked probably a proper meal in a couple years. So I used to cook when I lived in Oak Creek, but then my mindset is that I have these things called frozen leftover treasures, and so from these meals, I will.
You have some of those,
Tom. That's awesome. I'll have to ask you what's your latest. What's the longest frozen leftover you have? Because for me, during COVID, it got really bad for me, and I ate 7-year-old chicken, and then I asked my mom about it, and she's like, "We raised you better." And then so like everyone thought I would excel in cooking, but then I realized I was like, oh, I can just order these microwave meals and then basically eat like I'm back in college. So like I will freeze leftovers from like fast food places, from like Carnivore, Momo Me, Calderon Club, Bridgewater. But I love freezing. My favorite are like Arby's sandwiches, Taco Bell, Culver's French fries, and Domino's Pizza.
Right. You freeze Culver's French fries?
Oh yeah, yes, Charlie. I think that people will ask me like, hey, does it taste well? And I'm like, you know what? It gets the job done, right? So a lot of people give me grief. So to answer your question, there's a running joke that I would love to make a Korean dish called bulgogi. For Chef Adam Pavlik and our friends, but he doesn't believe that I can do it, and I want to prove him wrong. But I also know that when I bring it to him, he's probably going to critique the hell out of me, and then be like, "This is trash," which is understandable. So.
No, it's I don't think it's that difficult. I mean, little gochujang.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm
just
good
follow
at
the steps. Just follow.
Yeah, spaghetti. I'm good at spaghetti.
Oh, there you go.
But then like it's basically putting the water on and then pouring like a jar, which is not most ideal. But so my mentality is that I want to support my friends who own restaurants. Right. So that's how I do it. But I will find myself freezing leftovers and eating them later. And I don't do it right away. I usually wait a couple months
or
a year, or a couple years. I just had a pizza from Domino's from like a year ago, and I was like, it got the job done. Tom, do you ever do that?
I don't really freeze stuff like that.
All right.
I have stuff in my freezer
like
that's
this.
years old.
Now we can be BFFs.
Only, it was a non-meat thing. I thought it was a chimichanga or something like that.
Yeah.
And when you read it, I bought several of them, and it's totally, there's no meat in it.
Yeah.
So I ate one, it tastes like cardboard.
Yeah.
So they're in there. I have that, however, in my regular refrigerator, I have a giant drawer.
Okay.
And I have a hard-boiled egg that rolls around.
Okay.
And I've had it for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And someday I'm going to get rid of it.
All right.
But it's just, it rolls right out of the
In the fridge?
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of that.
Yeah. I will.
Don't be eating that.
Yeah, I realize
I'm
that.
not going to eat it. I'm just watching it roll around, and it's like,
See, it's a science.
Easily
I'm not in any
Yeah.
trouble.
I realize that you can't freeze salad or lettuce.
Yeah.
That's also another thing that my mom kind of educated me about and asked me if I went to college. So I was like, oh mom, why is it so like basically moldy? And she's like, you can't freeze lettuce or salad. So I've learned through my frozen leftover treasures.
You're
The best things are RV sandwiches, Domino's like pizza, and then also like burritos. And people always give me grief about the burritos, but like think about when you were in college or high school,
Right.
You had those frozen burritos, you pull them out and you just eat them. It gets the job done, right?
Wait,
So
cold pizza for breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
So you mentioned a couple of your favorite restaurants. A couple.
Yeah.
How about some that are off the beaten path?
Oh, yeah.
That little small independent places, of
Yeah.
which there's a million
Yeah.
in the city that you kind of like.
I love Fusion Cafe, which is in that West Allis, Greenfield area. I also love Vietch. I'm going to pronounce the name wrong. Vietch and
The noodle place
in Silver City.
Right.
Also Thai barbecue in Silver City. There was Isan, which is, I don't think it's a hidden gem, but I think that not as many people go to it on the Lower East Side. So
Is that the one by
they just
the
moved
theater?
Locations. Yep. So they're supposed to have 2 locations, but they're whatever they're going through right now is a little bit delayed. But I also love wings, so I try to go to like Tompkins. But I don't think those are hidden. But I love one of my Chef Adam and I and our friends love going to chain restaurants too. So like we love Texas Roadhouse, Olive Garden. There's a place called Prime Quarter. Have you heard of this place?
Yeah.
So it used to be also in Milwaukee, but you basically one in Janesville, one in Green Bay, and so you go there. There's a big open grill, and so you can either hire someone to grill your meat, or you can do it yourself.
So it's an open grill for people to walk in and use.
Yeah, basically. You pick out your meats, and then you basically you pay a fee.
Yeah.
And so this lady kind of recognized Adam, but she's like, hey, do you guys think you can do it yourselves? And they're like, well, he's going to need help, but we'll take care of him. But I think we can do it. So
Talking about Adam?
Yeah. And so like it's funny because I think the server was like, we took a little bit of time, and they're like, is everything okay? You're like, oh, we just want this corner area because it had the best like fire.
Right, the best
something.
heat conducting.
So like, we love supporting different restaurants throughout the area that are known but also aren't known, and I think that's the beautiful thing is like trying to unearth and get people. Yeah, some people have things about fast food or chain restaurants, but also just seeing the way that people come together and eat. It's pretty amazing. I love Crave Cafe also in Shorewood, which is one of my favorite burger
It's a
spots.
burger place, yeah.
So
there's people that say those are the best burgers in town.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to ask you about is what is next on the docket for you? You've got Elevation. You've got those events. You're breaking bread. Is there anything else that you're thinking about that I think I want to do this or elevate that?
Yeah, I think that for me, it's always I love supporting different community initiatives. I think that when I look at you and your wife, what you guys have done for our community is pretty inspiring. And,
Thank you.
And I think that for me, it's someone that's a transplant that took a little bit of time because, as you know, Milwaukee is sometimes a little cliquey, right?
Yeah.
And so, but the fact that people like you and Ellen and so many other people just embrace me for who I am, I want to be able to give back and pay it forward, and really also get the next generation or not even next generation, but also people that want.
Well, that would be your generation.
Yeah. But also get people more involved.
Yeah.
Whether it's through volunteerism, whether it's through supporting different restaurants or community initiatives or really just elevating the visibility. I love being able to connect those people and connect people together through that, but also it may not directly impact me, but it really directly impacts the community at hand, and if you really give a damn about the community, I think that's the beautiful thing, is that being that connector both internally and externally is pretty amazing. And for me, something that I'm excited about is really continue to expand my skills in leadership when it comes to technology and startups as well. So it's pretty awesome.
I didn't hear expand your cooking skills.
Oh yeah. That's yeah. We'll see about that too.
Okay. No, I mean the next group of leaders in the city, and I would call them the 40 under 40 crowd. They are doing a lot. Yeah. They're not on they're not on a lot of these corporate boards that some of the people who've been here for a long time are, but they're making inroads. They are, and they work together, and they collaborate, and they there's just a sense that they're the emerging leaders, and you're one of them in the city, and in time, you guys are going to be the ones that are on all the boards. You're going to be on, and then giving information, praise to these various organizations that could use a little influx of variety, let's say.
Exactly. And to your point, I think that also my generation and the generation below has to really start stepping outside their comfort zone as well. Because I think that COVID kind of played a huge part in that, but I also think that we can only use COVID for so long as an excuse. I think that people, if you really want to make change, you have to step outside your comfort zone, and you have to, whether utilizing your talents. I understand that some people are not extroverted like you and I am, but like being able to say like, I want to really make sure that I support a Black-owned business or an AAPI-owned business or a Hispanic business, but not just during that month, but also going forward. Someone like you and Ellen have done, and so many others that you've had on your podcast and show, is that people not just do it for the accolades and like just the one-time thing, right? It's really making that lasting impact. And I think that so many times we see it on social media, like, oh, it's this month, and you're like, oh, that's great, but then they're like, all right, we'll do it next year, and they're like, oh, that's awesome, but like making that lasting impact is going to create that social and economic impact, and it's going to change the narrative. So,
wow, appreciate.
Yeah, thank you for breaking bread.
Absolutely, thank you.
I'm excited.
Thanks so much for supporting Munching Around Milwaukee. Each week we talk to one of our local chefs, restaurateurs, foodies, people who are involved in the food scene on one way or another. Oh, there's a little tote bag here. So until next time, thanks for watching.
See you guys.
Tom?
Bye.
Tom says goodbye.